This video is kind of like a compilation of random points regarding my NEET preparation because I did receive a few comments on how they feel sleepy while studying, or how they feel like procrastinating, or just how they're like tired of the monotony of having to study all the time. Now, I faced all these problems too, but I was kind of able to overcome them over the time by doing certain things. So this video has a lot of random points, which in a way will help you viewers, but not all of these points may be what you're looking for. So please look down in the timestamps, and whichever section you want to, you can skip to that part. And one more thing, since the MBBS life has started for me and like I've got piles of work to do, like the studying has actually kind of started, but I haven't been able to study till now. I don't have a lot of time to think about YouTube video ideas as much as before, because everything is new, right? So it would be of great help if you could either, write down in the comment section below or individually message me on the kind of video ideas you would be looking forward to see as a viewer. That would be of great help, and if it's possible, I can make videos of the same, because I'm kind of running out of ideas and I still want to make videos, but I'm not sure on what. So that's the sort of help I would be needing from all of you. But right now, we are going to certain points which I would like to share with all of you. So to that, we go. One, take power naps. Power naps really do recharge you, especially if you're like a committed NEET aspirant. Even if they say like you should have 7 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep, in reality you don't, because there are so many inevitable events which kind of limit your sleep routine. So at that point, power naps are something which will really recharge you, re-energize you, and will kind of remove that sense of fatigue which you might have been facing for any sort of reason. If you take an example, I study a lot, but that is only if two conditions are met. One, I have to be in that zone to study in, like I have to be in that cheerful mode to acquire information. And two, I have to be in that active state wherein I want to acquire knowledge. So if these two conditions are met, then yes, I can study for long hours. But as a NEET aspirant, I had to attend school classes and after that go to coaching. So there was a lot of obstacles and my time would be limited, and I would get that recurrent feeling of fatigue, that feeling of having too much to do in so little time. So that habit of having a power nap really did recharge me, and it's just that feeling of breaking out from whatever has been happening, all of those things which I didn't want to do but had to do, but giving that fresh start to begin again after a power nap. The amount of time you give for a power nap will be different. It's a power nap. It's not like a 1 hour nap or something. But it will really help you, and it will increase your concentration level, at least for a short period of time. So sometimes I would take a 5-minute power nap, study for like 1 hour, and after that take another power nap of 5 to 10 minutes. So that would again act as like a breaking point from one topic and act as a starting point for the next. So take power naps recurrently, but with short intervals of time. At least that was how I did it for myself. But one thing, don't take power naps between 2 to 5:20, because the NEET exam is between that time. So that is the time where you should be as attentive as possible. And I'm not saying study during that time, but just have that concentration level peak at that point. And that will take time, but it will come. So that was the first point. Now the second point is for those who feel low because they have so many piles and piles and piles of backlogs, and they're not really finding the time to complete all of that. First, stay positive and think in a way which will motivate you. And I had a lot of things which I did there, so a long story coming up. Now, first of all, the thing which I would remind myself is that there are 21 lakh students writing this exam. And the good thing about that, I mean, there's a lot of bad things because that means the competition level is extreme. But the good side to that is that out of all of the 21 lakh people, there are some people who think like me, who study like me, who have an attitude like me, a personality like me. So if those people are able to overcome all of these backlogs and feel fine with their routine, then even I will be able to do the same because we're like-minded. So that positivity of having that notion that you are not alone, there are so many other people who are going through that same kind of feeling of stress, will indirectly help you to go further and do what you need to do as a NEET aspirant. So that is like thinking positively. Now, the habit of making a weekly schedule is one thing which really helped me. As I mentioned a few videos ago, I never would study a topic after it was done in class. Like on the same day, I would not revise the same topic unless or until it was essential. Rather, only after the entire chapter was completed would I do my self-study for the same. So I would not make daily goals, rather I would make weekly goals. Not even monthly goals, because there would be a lot of deviation and at the end I would just feel demotivated because nothing would work out. So I would set like these weekly goals. So even if I would be having a fortnightly test on a different topic, I would not care. My goal would be something bigger, maybe the AIATS or maybe another All India test series. So having weekly goals is something which would minimize the amount of backlogs I had and would just help me keep on going without that sense of fatigue or that notion that so much is left. Because you already have a lot left, so taking small steps will help you towards the big step of removing all of those backlogs. And the third point is again kind of like motivational. When you have a lot of topics left, yes, you should focus on the major ones, the ones which are like highest priority with respect to the exam. But to avoid that sense of feeling tired or feeling that pressure of having so much, you have to keep on reigniting the sense of interest or fascination. So let's say I had the digestive system, respiratory system, and anatomy of flowering plants, those 3 chapters left as a backlog. After studying one chapter just for the sake of the exam, because I'm really interested by the respiratory system, I would study that one in depth. So that was not because like that will help me in the exam perspective, of course it will, but also because studying that would give me a sense of interest to keep on going and studying for the other subjects. So like pick some topics which you know you love from the heart, and that will help you to keep on going, and that will kind of in a way reduce the backlogs over time. Now the third point is a suggestion from my side for biology. Like when it comes to this subject, it's pretty easy to get that conceptual understanding, like a brief overview of the entire chapter. But it's really kind of hard to remember the facts or the names or certain terms. So after you've finished studying a chapter in biology, don't go for solving questions right after you've done the chapter. Like I had learned from other YouTube videos during my time, solve questions after a certain time period of studying. So like let's say today is Monday, let's say, and you finished the entire chapter, don't solve questions then and there. Rather, after 4-5 days on Friday or something, come back and instead of reading the chapter and then solving questions, directly go solve previous year questions, solve from books which you have, and then after seeing where you've gone wrong, those are your focus points which you now know are like your grey areas and other things which you will forget even in the future. So that was a kind of tip for biology, a very random one, I know. And the last tip is stay as healthy as possible. This is coming from a person, me, like in the last few months for NEET, I had a huge vitamin deficiency, like a nutrient deficiency, and all my hair was falling off. I had to have like a lot of dry fruits, vitamin supplements, and hair serum and all those things. But it's all fine now, but at that point it was quite serious, and my parents supported me a lot, and that's why it all worked out. But the thing which I want to put across there is that as a NEET aspirant, you're probably going to be doing a lot of things. We all have these sort of expectations which we put from within ourselves, and even I did. Like I had sometimes these expectations that I wanted to get above 650, or I wanted to be the best in my batch or get into a good government medical college. Like most people have it. If you're like a person who's very studious, that is obvious, you're going to have those pressures. And it's not like social pressures from other people, it's from within. And you can't avoid that. And it's good to have those feelings because that is what is going to motivate you to continue yourself for 2 years or however many years you're giving. But don't sacrifice things with the expectation that once NEET is over, everything will come back to how you want it to be. Because that's not always the case. For me, I had to sacrifice on quite a lot of things. Like I had to give up dancing, I had to stop on these public speaking skills or taking part in events or all of those things. But I didn't lose my personality or my attitude in the process. I always remained the cheerful person I wanted to be, or a positive person, because that's who I wanted to be. And because of that, after NEET, I was smoothly able to transition into getting back those activities which I had sacrificed on. But the thing is that you should never lose yourself during the process. You should not give up on the good habits which you know are essential for you just for the sake of this NEET exam. There are some things which you should stick to, however time consuming it is. Because sometimes after NEET, you might not get that back. So make sacrifices, but do it with intentions. So the key thing is don't lose yourself, stay healthy, and take support whenever you can or whenever you need to. And it's good to have an internal pressure, but don't let it boil up and take too much of yourself. Because there is more to your life than NEET or whatever. And I can say that now because I'm in MBBS, but it's fine. You just have to keep on going. And whenever you feel burnt out, think of the positive things. Think about what I said. There are like-minded people. And if they are able to pull through this, even you can. So this is the end of the video. And please do comment down below some video topics because I am kind of running out of them. But yes, bye.